Let your body settle now. Just let it go. The weight of you pressing into whatever is beneath you. Your shoulders feel how they want to rise toward your ears. They don't need to do that. Let them drop. Your hands, notice where they are resting. The warmth where skin touches skin, or where a palm lies against the weave of the cloth beneath you. And your jaw, you may be holding it tighter than you realize. There is nothing your face needs to work out tonight. Your feet, the weight of the blanket settling across them. The warmth spreading slowly outward into your legs, along your arms, into the soles of your feet. Breathe in slowly and out, just through the nose, long and easy. The breath knows how to do this without you. And again, in and out. There is nothing you need to solve right now. Nothing to plan, nothing to remember. It will all be there tomorrow. Tonight there is only this. And as you breathe, the sounds you know grow distant and something else takes their place. You are in Kashi, the city of light, the city that was old before memory. The year is 480. The Gupta Empire holds the northern plains, and here on the western bank of the Ganga, the sacred river, the Ghats, the great stone steps descending to the water are growing quiet. Tonight you will simply rest here. The last lamps are burning low. You are lying on a cotton durri, a flat woven mat, thick enough to soften the stone beneath you, on the roof of a small house near the river. The roof is flat, as they all are here. The night air above the Ganga is warm in the way river nights are warm, not the dry heat of noon, but something moister, something that carries the smell of the water up from below. A single cotton sheet lies across your legs. It is enough. You breathe in, and the air carries something. Incense, the sweet and resinous drift of agarwood burning in a small clay lamp somewhere below. Beneath that, the green smell of the neem tree whose branches just clear the roof edge. And beneath everything, always the Ganga itself, a smell that has no single name, part silt, part rain, part something older than either. Your body is heavy in the way that only a long day of heat and standing makes it heavy, almost pleasant. The day is genuinely over. The stone is cool through the durri now. The day's heat is leaving it, giving it back to the night. Below you, the river. The Ganga runs wide and slow here at Kashi. In the rains, it rises and swells, and the color turns to brown. In the dry season, the water runs clear enough to see the pale silt bottom near the ghats, green enough farther out where it deepens. At night, the surface holds the sky, not perfectly, not like polished bronze, but softly, the way dark water catches light without insisting on it. There are diyas on the water now. A diya, a small clay lamp with a cotton wick floating in ghee, lit at puja this evening and set adrift on the current. You watch them go from the ghat steps. Dozens of them moving outward, each one a small warm point of orange. They drift slowly south with the river's pull, clustering and separating, some snuffed by a ripple, others burning longer than expected. You cannot see them from here, but you know they are still moving down there in the dark, following the river where the river goes. The Ganga does not hurry. It has been doing this since before the city existed. It will be doing this long after. There is nothing you need to solve right now. Nothing to plan, nothing to remember. The smells from the day have followed you up here the way they always do. This morning at the Ghat, you sat near a woman selling flowers for puja, loose blossoms of marigold and white champa, arranged in small leaf cups. The champa has a sweetness that clings to clothes. You can still trace it faintly on your sleeve. At midday, somewhere in the lanes behind the ghats, the smell of mustard oil heating in an iron pan. Cardamom and coriander ground fresh and releasing their oils into the heat. The sharp green brightness of coriander leaf crushed underfoot in the market. And somewhere beneath all of it, the wood smoke from the cremation ground at Manikarnika. Not unpleasant, not threatening, just present, the way it always is in Kashi, the reminder that the city is also a place of endings. You were not frightened by it. You have lived here long enough to understand that Kashi holds life and death in the same hand. Both are ordinary here. Both are sacred. The ghats of Kashi descend to the Ganga in long, wide flights of stone. At dawn, the steps are crowded, priests chanting the Gayatri mantra toward the rising sun, pilgrims waist-deep in the river with eyes closed, boatmen poling their wooden nauka, their flat-bottomed craft, along the near bank. Old women in cotton saris of white or pale yellow, carrying brass lotas of river water back up the steps. Children who have no reverence yet, who simply run. You came down the Dasheshwamed Ghat this evening for puja. The priest stood at the water's edge in silk dhotis, moving tall brass lamps in slow circles. The aarti, fire and smoke, and the sound of a conch shell blown long and low over the river. The sound moves something in the chest, not thought, something older. The lamps swung. The river received the light. The people behind you pressed close, many of them pilgrims who had walked weeks to stand here. The aarti is finished now. The steps are quiet. The priests have gone to their rest. There is nothing you need to solve right now. Nothing to plan, nothing to remember. In the afternoon, you passed through the lanes near Vishwanath Temple. Lanes so narrow that two people carrying loads must turn sideways to pass. A seller of pan, betel leaf, sat at the corner with his small wooden box, preparing leaves with lime paste and betel nut and cardamom, folding them into neat triangles. The cardamom smell was strong and green and slightly medicinal. His hands never stopped moving. You also passed a metal worker. A small open workshop, the door open to catch the air. A young man hammering a pattern into a copper vessel, steady, unhurried strikes. The metal ringing with a sound that has no echo in a lane this narrow. Just a clean knock and then silence, knock and silence. He was making a lota, the small ritual water vessel carried by almost everyone here. round-bellied, narrow-necked, smooth-bottomed. You carry your own loda, tucked in the cloth bag you set near the door this evening. It holds a little cooled water. You drank from it before coming up to the roof. The copper is still there in the bag, patient and cool and quiet. Around the corner from your house, there is a cow. She is always there, or near there. A pale, fawn-colored cow with dark eyes and loose skin at the dewlap, moving at whatever pace she chooses through the narrow lanes. In the morning, she sometimes stands in the doorway of the grain merchant's stall, and he moves around her with patience that looks like practice. Nobody shouts at her. The lanes simply accommodate her. This morning, she was in the lane when you came out. She looked at you briefly, that slow lateral look a cow gives, where one large eye considers you with complete unhurriedness, and then looked away at something you could not see. You stepped past her, your hand brushing her side. Her skin was warm and dry. She did not flinch. She was simply there, as she had always been, part of the texture of the morning. She is somewhere in the lanes now, or she has found a place to lie down. Either way, she is still at whatever pace the night asks of her. Across the lane below, in a room whose wooden shutters stand open to the night, a lamp is still burning. A student. You have seen him before, young, perhaps 17, studying in the traditional way, sitting cross-legged with a palm leaf manuscript across his knees. His teacher, a pandit of the Shaiva tradition, gives lessons in the early morning by the river and again at dusk. The student repeats the Sanskrit shlokas aloud in a low voice, finding the meter, feeling the words in his mouth, the way a tongue finds the shape of a sound before meaning arrives. The lamp in his room is a small diya, ghee and cotton wick in a clay cup. It gives a warm, unsteady light that flickers when he breathes. The flame leans one way, steadies, leans the other. He probably does not notice it. The lamp knows nothing of Sanskrit. It only burns what it is given and gives what light it can. The student's voice is too low to hear from here. Just the murmur of it. The sound of someone learning something slowly, the way things worth knowing are usually learned. Somewhere in the dark, a boatman is crossing. You hear the slow creak of oars in their wooden locks, 2 strokes, a glide, 2 strokes. The nauka is invisible in the dark, only its sound giving it shape. Someone crossing from the eastern bank, where the land is low and open and no one builds. In Kashi, the eastern shore is left alone. The west bank holds everything, the ghats, the temples, the lanes, the lives. The boatmen of Kashi know every mood of the Ganga, where the current runs fast in the rains, where sandbars form and shift in the dry season, where the deep channel runs close to the western bank, and where it wanders east. They pole standing up in shallow water, sit to row in the deep. Their hands are calloused from the oar the way a scholar's hands are calloused from the reed pen. There is nothing you need to solve right now. Nothing to plan, nothing to remember. The river moves whether you watch it or not. The boatman finds his crossing whether you follow his sound or not. Your thoughts are loosening now. The diya flames on the water below, moving southward. The smell of aguru incense still at the back of your throat. The sound of the copper being hammered, knock, and silence, knock, and silence dissolving into the sound of the oars on the river. None of it needs to be held anymore. The durri beneath you holds the warmth of the day. The cotton sheet is light across your legs. The neem branches stir very slightly. A breath of air off the water moving through the leaves, not enough to cool, just enough to remind you there is air moving somewhere. Across the lane, the student's lamp still flickers. You can see its small light through the wooden shutters. Warm orange, unsteady, bending with each exhale. The Ganga moves below. It has been moving since before this city had a name. Kashi, the city Shiva holds on the tip of his trident, rests on the river. Half permanence, half flow. You do not need to hold any of this. The ghats will hold the stone. The river will hold its course. The student's lamp bends with his breath across the lane. One warm point of orange in the dark. You watch it without watching. Your eyes grow heavy. The neem branches stir again, then settle. The city is very quiet now. The last bell has sounded from the temple. The Ganga moves. You are very still. The warmth of the stone is in your back. The sky above is full of stars you have never learned the names of, and they turn without needing names. The diya on the water is far downstream now, still burning or not. It does not matter. It went where it was carried. Just let the river take it.